mentioning them on the air?
No.
No?
I mean, they gave me a discount, but not. I didn't ask for one.
Oh, they did give you a discount. Why'd they give you a discount?
That's just what the guy told me.
What guy?
What guy told you?
I called the Miami station and said, I'm looking for a place to go on vacation.
Oh. I see. Oh. So you called the Miami...
No,
you called the station we're on in Miami?
I did not pull any kind of scam whatsoever. I asked him if he knew any hotels where we could get a reservation last minute, and he...
You mean there's no travel agent you can call for a hotel reservation?
Nothing.
There was nothing. So you called the radio station in Miami. Who do you call there? How do you know people in Miami to call at the radio station? Who do you call?
I met the guy at the birthday show last year.
Oh, the program director?
The general manager.
Oh, the general manager. You call him up. Always working the scam.
I'm telling you, he's amazing.
Always working the flim flam.
Me.
And then why would the guy give you a discount?
I have social skills.
What? No. This is beyond. So you have two good social skills.
Yeah, exactly,
that's the problem.
Exactly. And I called the guy and asked him for a favor. Asked him if he could help.
Why does he do you these favors? Why does he do them for you?
Maybe he was being a nice guy.
Well, did people used to do favors for Jackie Martling before he got on the show?
Yes,
like Miami radio stations, the general managers?
My whole life.
I saw the favors you got. I saw how people treated you.
Like the favor you're doing me.
I am doing you a favor.
What the hell are you talking about? I called up and asked him if there was. I said, I'm not looking for a freebie. I'm looking for a place to stay. He found me a hotel room.
And then you got a big discount, didn't you?
He said I could get you a hotel room, and he said I could get you a 20% discount. I didn't ask for it. And I said, that's great, thanks. So I got 20% off in the room. Maybe the room.
Did you mention the hotel on the air?
I don't think so.
Here's Jackie when he got back. This is a tape of Jackie when he got back from his vacation. Where were you in Florida, Jackie?
The Cardoza Hotel.
Cardoza? Where's that?
You asked me where.
I asked you where you were in Florida. You said the Cardoza Hotel. I just said, where did you go on vacation? The Cardoza Hotel.
Usually you say Miami.
Miami. I stayed. I stayed in Miami.
That's what I said. I didn't tell you the name of my hotel.
Boom, Cardoza Hotel.
Oh, you are reaching. Are we done with your life story?
20% off. You sell your soul for 20% off, don't you?
Yes, I did. You're such a.
You do.
You're such a.
Out of all the people to call in Miami, you called the Miami radio station.
Who would you have called?
Who would I have called? I would have called the travel agent. I would never pick up the phone and call the general manager of the radio station in Miami to ask him for a favor. I wouldn't do that.
I guess I have a problem.
I go to Miami a lot. I have never called the Miami radio station.
No, never. There's not one person on this show that's called the Miami radio station asking for rooms for a hotel. No one. Only Jackie's got the chutzpah to do it.
You're right. You're right. And I would do it again.
No, you will absolutely not do it again.
I would do it again.
No, you are not allowed to do it again.
You're not telling me what I'm doing.
I'm telling you, you're not allowed to use this radio network as your own personal swapping shop.
I did not use
It's not your travel agent.
I did not use
20% off. Why do you think they're doing that for you?
You know what? For all
they expect something in return.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Hey, maybe the general manager come over and cook you dinner too.
He was busy.
He doesn't. The general manager shouldn't be sitting and servicing the Jackie. But of course, if you call, he doesn't want to piss me off. He doesn't know that I don't care.
Oh, please.
Why do you think he's doing it? For you, or for me? Tell the truth. Who do you think he's doing it for?
I work for this show.
Yeah.
And
so that entitles you to call anyone. In other words, like,
if you think you're going to stifle my entire life, you might as well fire me right now.
Stifle your entire life.
Yeah, I call it. This is a guy that I met, and I was stuck for a way to try and get a vacation.
The guy that you met, is also a business associate who we've cultivated.
In your stupid life, you never had it together. Ask somebody for a favor. You might have made a friend and might have known somebody.
This is the
flaw. Might have got laid.
This
and
is
might
the
not
flaw.
be the angry bastard
This is the flaw of Jackie Martling's personality.
There is no flaw. The flaw is that you have no personality.
This is the flaw. You don't know how to conduct yourself in business.
Call the guy on the phone. Get the guy on the phone right now.
He will never say it. No, I will not get the guy on the phone because I don't want to bother him. He was saying of course he's going to say he's happy to do it.
He's going to lie and say he's happy to do it.
Jackie, why did he do it for you?
I said if it's any hassle, he said, hey, it's a no-brainer. It's one phone call. No problem whatsoever.
Why did he do it for you? Why do you think he did it for you?
Because he wanted to
This is the difference between business. That's right. That's exactly right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Why did you check with somebody before you start making calls to business associates of the show? This is different than you calling your pal Burf. You're calling the general manager. You don't even get it.
He doesn't understand that it's not his business associate.
He doesn't get it. You met him at my birthday show because he's the general manager of a radio station.
And make friends with people or go
Wrong.
acquaintances. No.
You can make all the friends you want. When you start asking them for discounts at hotels,
I didn't ask anybody.
It's different.
You're lying. I didn't.
You don't see the difference. It has nothing to do with me having a personality. I don't call people and ask for discounts.
I have a personality. I didn't ask him for a discount. I
can't believe you don't see the difference. You think that I am inhibiting your social life by you being able to call a business associate of this show and asking for favors.
I called the guy and asked for a favor because I thought he could do me a favor. I thought he might be able to do it.
So he did you the favor.
If you think that's a fast one,
so he
fine.
did it.
If anybody
so he
thinks
did
that's
it.
a fast
That is a
one,
fast one. That's
right.
a hustle.
It's not a hustle.
It's a hustle.
If I was looking for a freebie, it's a hustle.
Well, it's a hustle.
It's not a hustle.
It's not. You got a freebie. You called the general manager of the radio station.
I stayed, or where I went on vacation, and I said the name of the hotel. You think I was like?
Wait a second. Play it again. Where were you in Florida, Jackie?
The Cardoza Hotel.
Of course, where were you in Florida means where am I? Miami, Cardoza Hotel.
Oh, please. You are reaching.
Well, why not? Give them a plug. They gave you 20% off. 20% off.
Geez, you're amazing.
Can't pay you enough. 20%. You can't afford a hotel.
Can't afford to go to a vacation.
No.
He's got to call for help.
And who does he call?
A radio
Some guy
station.
who shakes in his pants every time someone from the show calls. Oh my God, they're calling. I have never once called this guy. I don't even know his name.
I don't think I was out of line.
If my sister wanted to go to Miami, if my mother wanted to go to Miami, I would never call the general manager of that station.
Together and go.
If I couldn't find a hovel to stay in, I would never call the general manager of that radio station and say, "Can you do me a favor and get me a room?" I just won't think of it. I will not do it. It has nothing to do with social skills. It has to do with the fact that this guy is in a position to want to please us and will do anything you ask him. You could have asked him for $100. He would have given it to you.
All right.
But you would do it. You would ask him for $100.
Sure.
The reason he's willing to get you a room, the only reason it's a no-brainer for him, he doesn't just do that for anyone. It is a no.
All right. So I'm Jackie the Joke Man from the Howard Stern Show.
So you want to be treated a certain way.
Hard, so he did me a favor. And you know what? He probably did me a favor.
He works hard too.
Because I work on the show.
Yeah, of course he did.
You're not the only one that works here.
Well, excuse me. Screw you. You're not the only one who works here. I don't take advantage of that. Why should you?
The point is, Howard.
You don't care. It's wrong.
It wasn't.
It is out and out wrong. It is out and out wrong.
It wasn't a hassle for the guy.
It is a hassle. Of course, it's a hassle for the guy.
He's not going to ask for Jackie.
Right. Of course, Jackie doesn't know that. He does things in my name. But it's okay because he works on the show and he works hard. But I don't work hard. You don't work hard. Nobody else works hard but Jackie. And Jackie deserves extra.
He deserves everything he can get.
Right. Hey, I can get it from the guy. Why shouldn't I take it?
Right.
Because maybe it's not the right thing to do. You don't see that. I know you see it.
Well, how often do you talk to this guy on the phone?
And you never can admit you're wrong.
The other day when I agreed to go down to Key West to do a promotion on March 2nd and open a hotel for him.
That's good.
Yeah, but I would never do a favor back.
Now, how are you?
I didn't ask you to do it. I don't ask you to have any. I don't ask you to be calling these guys and asking them for hotel rooms.
But where's he going to publicize that?
Probably on the show that I work on.
Jackie's like, hey, I work on the show. I work hard. Dude, name a guy in America who doesn't work hard. So you mean anyone can call the general manager of the Florida radio station and say, hey, can you get me a room tonight?
I work hard.
It's a no-brainer. I work hard.
A lot of times you have a basis.
All right, you think Tom? Hey, Tom, come on in here. Tom doesn't know anything about this. Let me ask you his opinion. Tom's a pretty honest guy, would you say?
Okay, right.
All right. You tell me if it's inappropriate.
And if somebody called Tom and asked
That's like if one of the interns...
If
somebody... Tom, let me ask you something.
Yeah. First, you're not calling me in here as the only guy in America who doesn't work hard.
No, I'm calling you in here because I think you're
very serious.
I think you're an honest guy.
Thank you.
And explain to Jackie why it's wrong.
Your intelligence.
If there was a deal made, it's clearly inappropriate, and I would never call somebody in Miami to do me a favor.
No, wait. What do you mean if there was a deal made?
If there was a deal made. If
I called somebody up and said, "Can you help me out? I'm looking for a hotel room."
You asked me, so let me try and talk. Okay.
Okay, you try.
If there was a discount, I can talk well. If there was a discount given you because you mentioned that hotel, that's totally inappropriate.
And I agree.
Okay.
All right. Secondly, is it appropriate?
Wait, let me ask
Can I
you
ask
a
him
question.
something? No. I jumped in first.
Did it
is
sound
it appropriate?
Like I was throwing in a plug?
Is it
Was I throwing in a plug or did he ask me a
please,
question?
Jackie, you threw in a plug. I asked you where were you in
know how
Miami?
to grease a palm, Jackie. Don't give us
Of course
that.
Jackie, don't even lie. You sound like OJ.
Oh.
Now listen to me.
The answer.
I can see right through. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Guy works on. It's like if one of the interns who works hard, they work hard for free. Absolutely. Pick up the phone. They meet a guy through here in business.
Yeah.
In other words, the guy comes down to the station to have a meeting with me, and he meets him in the lobby, and he says, he calls him up on the phone. He says, "Listen, I'm an intern on the Howard Stern show." There's an
Remember,
intern.
I met you at the birthday show.
I met you at the birthday show. Do you know of any rooms that are available in Florida? Can you arrange a room for me? You know what I would tell that intern? What are you doing? This is a business associate of the show. People we do business with, do not ask them for favors unless you check with me. I think it's totally inappropriate.
Oh, please.
This is a business relationship.
This is what you have gone over in front of Jackie time and again.
I would
with
agree.
But he never.
Gary
Do you
and
agree or
everybody else.
not?
I agree.
It's
I agree.
absolutely inappropriate.
I agree.
I agree too. You're absolutely right. I stand
But you can't
corrected.
admit where you're wrong, and you can't.
I was absolutely off base.
See,
You
he'll
are.
never buy
You don't.
it.
You don't see it, do you?
Not even for
You're
a second.
absolutely, completely, 100% out of line.
Okay. And I will remain out of line, and,
Why
you,
don't- well-
and
well,
you will yell at me next time.
Let me tell you something. Don't remain out of line. That is
Fire
out of
me.
line, Jackie.
Fire me.
So right away you're fired, right? You want to be fired? So
No, I don't
leave,
want to
Jackie.
be
You can
fired.
leave
I think
anytime you
you're full of
want.
crap. I ain't going anywhere. I didn't do
Just show me
anything
another
wrong.
job in America where you're going to sit there and make calls and
To
terrorize
business
general
associates,
managers.
Yeah.
Terrorize
Yeah,
general
you're
manager.
terrorizing them. You're using your position to get them to do
If
stuff
I
for
had
you.
said to the guy, "Hey, I think I can mention it on the show. Maybe get me."
No,
a
no,
deal,
no.
whatever
It has
you
nothing
can
to do. It's all implied. Hey, man, I'm Jackie the Joke Man. You get me. So it's an arrogance that you have. It's an arrogance, Jackie. You don't see that you have arrogance. You'll accuse me of being arrogant, but you're arrogant. You're entitled to this. Hey, I'm Jackie the Joke Man.
Not
I
an
work hard.
entitlement. I asked the guy for a favor. I was looking for a place to go on vacation. There was no place available.
And you
I
called the
was
radio
kicking
station
around
where
my
we do
stupid
business.
contract
All
with
the
this
people.
place.
How come all your
So
friends
I-
that you've made, Johnny Appleseed, Mr. Socialite, how come out of all the
Why
friends you
didn't you
made,
call them?
you have to rely on my business associate? Why do you have to rely on them? Why don't you use one of your friends?
I guess I have none.
I thought you had so many friends. I
guess
thought
I'm
you were
not
a great socialite.
I am out of friends.
Make
He
your
only has
friends.
the friends you
make
make
a few.
for him.
Why don't you use some of the friends that you? Why don't you call some of the comedy clubs you played down in Florida and ask the guy to get you a room? How come you don't call them? Why did you call the general manager of a radio station that does business with us?
You didn't have friends because you're a bore.
Oh, okay. I'm a bore.
You're a bore.
Right. There's nothing more boring than a guy who abuses privilege in life. There's no arrogance on this show. That's abusing privilege.
don't abuse
And as soon as you
privilege.
get into a privileged situation, you abuse it. Why didn't you call the comedy club owners who employed you for so many years in these comedy clubs? You used to work the Florida circuit. Why don't you call them? They must know of rooms. Huh. Why is it always the guys I know in business? Can't answer the question, can you? Because there is no answer. It's arrogance. I'm Jackie the Joke Man. I work hard. Hey, I'm Howard Stern. I work hard. But I don't call the general manager, have him go around, be my flop boy, and get me hotel rooms.
I've never heard it.
I won't call Tom. And go, Tom, get me a hotel room in Florida. First of all, Tom couldn't handle that.
I wasn't going to
No,
say
you could handle it.
it's not going to reduce this to a humorous situation.
Oh, come on. Everything in this room is supposed to be.
And I love
humorous.
Jackie's modus operandi. Like, fire me, fire me, fire me.
No,
You can't.
it's
You know, no one can. No one. No one can
It's
approach
tiring.
anything. It's tiring.
It's tiring.
Well, Jackie, think about your position in life. You're no longer Jackie the drunk man sitting out in Oyster Bay
You don't know
waiting
that.
for your next $50 gig.
You don't know
You're working on a show that has a little bit more importance, and don't take advantage of people.
I don't take it.
You know,
I know
he's
you
our
don't.
Hank.
Yeah, he's Hank.
Yeah.
He's got to be constantly monitored.
Yeah.
And you know, all this stuff gets back to me, and it's like, God, what arrogance. Please do
So
not
you had a
call
complaint
businesses.
about me?
Yes.
From?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to embarrass that person.
Of course you're not.
So how do I know
Why
about
not?
it?
What do you mean by that? Of course you're not.
I'm not.
He found out, didn't he?
That's enough. What, I got to tell you who told me? I need people out there who can tell me stuff about you so I know what you're up to. And I apologize to the general manager of the radio station. In no way did I have any knowledge
Please
that
do not
Jackie would do
accept
that.
Jackie's calls.
No, I mean, seriously, and this goes to everyone we work with. Please, listen. I would never call somebody who is good enough to put us on the air and do business with us. I'm not going to call you and ask you to book me rooms in Florida and get me 20% discounts and all
you
that
all of
other
a sudden
stuff.
Don't become also the travel agent, water boy.
Please. And I'm very embarrassed that people are abusing the relationship like this. Yeah, it's funny.
It's hysterical.
Yeah, but you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're wrong. Of course you're
I didn't
wrong.
do anything wrong.
Jackie, you did something very wrong.
I don't think so. I'm blind.
I know you don't think so,
I'm
and I'm
blind.
trying to teach you.
What would make it wrong?
When is it wrong with you? Why don't you call your friends? You've got so many. Why don't you call the guys you made friends with? Not the ones that I've made friends with. It's always my friends you're calling. The people I cultivate in business for this show.
Yeah, how many deals with Miami did you make?
None. Zero. Why don't you call Penthouse? You're the Jackie Penthouse Joke Page Martling. Why don't you call them? They must have contacts in Florida.
I didn't think of it.
Right, you thought of...
You thought of
Yes.
Howard's contact.
Yes.
The one that Howard is associated. Because you know what? Howard's a good guy. He won't care. No, he won't even say I'm a good guy. I wish he
No,
would.
he'll just do it.
Howard can't do anything about it. I work hard on that
He'll
show.
probably never even know about it, is probably what he
Yeah.
thought. He won't find out.
I hope your throat closes up.
Was that a Jackie imitation?
Yeah.
It was sort of. I think my regular voice is a Jackie.
Jackie wheeling and dealing off the show's tuchus. Jackie wheeling and dealing. Fred, do you ever call radio stations and ask? I noticed you went away for. How did you manage to get
I
tickets?
went to a travel agent.
You went
How
through a
did
travel
you get a
agent.
hotel?
How did you get the hotel? Did you
travel
call?
agent.
Would you call a radio station and ask for a
Travel
freebie?
agent.
Why don't you hand this to him yourself?
What was the name of the hotel?
He's angry at me.
Yeah.
Jack, he's. What, am I saying something?
Fred,
wrong?
Fred, you're a pretty honest guy. Am I wrong?
I don't know if he got the hotel room.
It's
and
not
for a
about that, Fred.
mention
It's
or
about
something like
calling
that.
this guy and asking him to do
See,
it.
How come you don't
Hon-
cultivate
honestly,
these relationships?
Honestly, I don't see anything wrong. Like if you were to call, like if you were coming from out of town and you wanted a recommendation for a hotel.
A
I would see
recommendation
nothing
is
wrong.
That's
one
not a
thing.
recommendation. This guy booked him a room at a hotel.
I don't know if
he
he.
told
I don't
me
even.
where to call.
And you call Penthouse. That's your
He
place.
arranged
Say,
that.
this guy didn't book me. And
Call
he
Burf.
said there was an availability at this hotel, and I called the hotel. He
Right,
didn't
he
book
had
me.
Yeah,
contacted
he
the hotel
contacted him and said,
first,
"Take care of
said,
Jackie."
My friend Jackie is coming to town.
Right. Give him the treatment. What about Burf? Can you call him, your good buddy, or the pals that you have, or all the business associates you have, the guy you make your videotapes with and your CD-ROM and everything else?
All those people you're talking to from your green bag.
Right. Why is it always got to be some guy that I've cultivated for this program, a business relationship? Why?
I stand corrected.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
I will try and keep myself in line.
Yeah, do whatever you want in your private life. Just don't involve me. It's always some connection through Howard. I'm such a bad guy. Don't use my business connections.
Remember, he's cheap.
That's right. Remember, I'm the cheap guy.
Yeah,
You don't want to be cheap,
that.
too. You're a real big spender over there. Still has the first dollar he made sitting in the pocket.
I thought I was the cheap guy.
Oh, come on, Tom. Get out of here. I've had it with you. You're another genius. God knows what you're up to in your private life. I'm as bad as Jackie.
Not glomming
But
on
at least you know what's appropriate and what isn't. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Thank you. 100% out of line. I don't see it. I work hard. And I'll do whatever I have to do on this show to get
Fire me.
Fire me! Fire me!
Fire me, damn it!
You don't have to be fired. Anybody on this show, this goes for myself included, who wants to get out You don't like it. Told that to Fred, Robin, you, interns, Gary Balabati.
Tom,
Yeah, we all know where the door is except you.
Fire me!
fire me!
He's threatening me. Fire me!
No, I'm just saying.
You can leave whenever you
Yeah,
want.
because he says, if you don't like my hotel freebies, which are going to continue firing.
Right.
Hotel freebies.
Yeah, freebies. Jackie, you
He's
make
really
a good
teaching
living
you
now.
to lie as well as him. You know that.
Yeah.
You're a very good.
Jackie, do
student,
me a favor.
Very good student.
The show conducts business. We have cultivated what you like to call friends, but they're business associates, people who rely on us putting on a show and getting them ratings, and they sell us in the advertising community. These are people you are going to meet. You're right, because when I am there and you're in the room, you will meet them. Mm-hmm. And you will be a pal to them, and you'll say hi, how you doing, and you're a great guy. You're everybody's fun pal.
Yeah.
But when you pick up a phone and you say to a guy, "Hey," out of all the people in Florida, "Hey, hotel room, Jackie's in town," you're now taking liberties with people we cultivate from the show.
I don't agree.
It's a business. I know you don't agree, but I'm telling you the way it is. This is the way it is. And I know you don't see it because maybe, in your own angry way, you are entitled. You're entitled to the world's gifts. And you're Jackie the Joke Man, and you should have all the beauty that's out there and everything. When you walk into museums, they should donate artwork to you. And everything should be free to you. I agree. I wish everything in the world was free. And everyone was a hippie and smoked pot and drove a Volkswagen. But I'm going to tell you something.
What's that?
Call your friends. You've made tons of... Call Penthouse Magazine. Bob Guccione, you told me you met him. Call him for a hotel room. Don't feel so free to call the people that I've spent time cultivating. Because I wouldn't even call them and ask them for a pencil. They are valued customers of this show. They are people who buy our product. And they are also anxious to please me. You're right. They're anxious to please me. And they think when you're calling as a representative of the program. And they have to hop too. And you know that full well. That's why you called him. You knew he'd hop two for you. Penthouse isn't going to hop two for you. None of your friends, your so-called friends, are going to hop two for you.
Are you still talking to me?
Yes.
Oh.
None of your friends are going to hop two. The only ones who are going to hop two are people who are afraid of me. And you know that. You're a bright guy.
I did say that, though. I said if you don't get me a room, I'm going to tell him.
No, you don't have to say it. What is it?
On our phone, to clarify everything, is Jackie's wife.
I don't want to hear from Jackie's wife because I'm not joking around. It's
Okay.
not. It's not a joke.
This isn't funny.
His wife wouldn't know what's clear if it hit her in the face. Nancy, honey, this is one you got to stay out of, sweetheart.
Nancy,
I didn't call to clarify anything. I think you're totally out of line.
I know. You know everything, Nancy. Well, you run Jackie's business. I'll run the show business. I know. I'm totally out of line.
How come it's okay for the Florida station to call and ask Jackie for a favor? How come they're not his business?
That I have nothing to do with. When a member of my working team, whether it's a lowly intern or
Nancy, this
whether it's a
grinding to
lowly,
a
listen to
halt.
me, whether it's a lowly intern,
Or a lowly
if it's a
writer.
producer, a writer,
He happens
Robin
to be-
Quivers.
This guy Dave happens to be.
Let me tell you something. If Robin started calling, if Robin started,
for any kind of freebie, Howard.
I know he didn't, darling.
had-
That's
we
why
had-
you called the general manager of a radio station that I cultivated for 3 years to get us on in the Miami market, and that's why Jackie couldn't call any of his so-called buddies or associates that you cultivate because you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't know anyone in Miami except the people I do business with.
Jackie does business with him too.
I know he does. Darling, but let me tell you something. The reason he hopped two for you and pulled a few strings and got you into was Florida all closed out to you and then all of a sudden opened up? Is because of Jackie's association with the show. Not because he's Jackie the joke man. Listen carefully, darling. Listen carefully, darling.
You look at business associates like inanimate objects. And
Listen,
business is the
I know. Oh, you're going to tell me how to run my
between people.
business? I've seen what you've done in business.
Business is
Nothing.
Relationships between people. Jackie
Oh, I
happened
see.
to meet this guy.
Yeah,
Had a
happened-
relationship. We were able to get very,
Darling,
very last minute.
Jackie
Went to
happened to meet
Miami,
the guy.
Knew nobody in
He
Miami.
happened to meet him at your birthday.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you something, Nancy.
Nancy.
Nancy, let me tell you something. I'm going to explain it to you very clearly because since you're Jackie's manager, you can clearly explain it to him. I'm going to try and get through to you. And then I'm going to hang up on you.
Conversation Company Limited.
Since you're his art director, I'll explain it to you. Are you his art director?
I'm speaking to
I see. You're speaking at his wife. I thought you were. Since you know so much about business, I thought you were his art director.
I run a business, Howard.
All right, that's some business.
Sorry.
What was the gross on that business last year?
Pretty gross.
Yeah. So let me tell you something.
I'm telling you, you're out of line.
I know I'm out of line. It's not for you to decide whether I'm out of line or not.
So spend an hour doing it.
No, let me tell you something. Well, let me tell you something. I'm trying to explain it to you because you grew up like a rube, and now I'm going to teach you how to do business. There are certain people in this world who do business with you, and Jackie knows full well that the general manager of the radio station is interested in Jackie because of this radio show.
Of course.
And if this... let me finish.
No.
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Go ahead.
And I'll do it again until it sinks in. The reason this guy doesn't pick up phone calls from just anybody.
Yeah?
Guy's a
That's
pretty...
the general manager of the station.
Yeah,
That's not even the receptionist.
He's
or
a
the
pretty important guy. Getting through... I got to tell you something. When I first got into radio, I used to try and call general managers of radio stations. Believe me, when I used to call and say, my name is Howard Stern, I'd like to be a disc jockey in your station, they didn't pick up the phone and say, is there a way I can help you out, sir? These guys are not easy to get through to. This is a high-powered...
absolutely spoke to me because I'm affiliated with you.
That's
absolutely,
right.
Of course.
And when Jackie calls up a radio station that I am on, that this show is on,
Yeah?
they are crapping in their pants.
I don't
No, they are.
Oh, I
great
know
to-
that. I
they're
know.
great
I
to-
know what you think, and I know what Jackie thinks. But I am telling you the way it is.
Howard, I
They are
agree. Somebody
anxious to
probably is crapping in their
please
pants when you
me.
call.
Nancy,
Not
they
crapping
are
in their pants
anxious
when
to
Jackie
please
calls.
me. And it is precisely that reason I don't call the general manager of the radio station and say, can you book me a hotel room?
We
Can
didn't
you
ask him.
help
We
me get a
didn't
car when I'm in Florida? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? I don't ask for these things because it's improper. And I'll tell you why it's improper. They do business with this show. They're nice enough to do business with this show, and they're very anxious to have us pleased. And in that anxiousness to please us, what they do is go out of their way if you ask them for something, and it's not for them to have to do. It's just something you don't have to do. If you called that guy now and asked him for any favor, he would comply because he'd want to please me.
You know what? And they
Now-
asked Jackie for a favor. and
I
Jackie-
understand.
and
They can ask Jackie for
wants to please-
57 favors.
But that E2 has to do with this show. Jackie's
That has
a valuable
the only
person.
reason they want Jackie is for the
Robbie, we're
favors.
on the show. Lay off.
No, hey, she doesn't have to lay off anything. She doesn't lay off.
I'm not even listening to her.
He works on the show.
Yeah, we know he works on the show. So does Fred. So do I. So does Robin. So does Gary. And I am telling you, it is improper to call the general manager of the Florida radio station and ask him for favors.
At some point.
What?
You got to let somebody else speak at some point.
There's nothing to talk
If
about.
the general manager from that station called and asked Jackie a favor,
Good.
is that improper?
Not at
That's
all.
business. Is Jackie getting paid?
No.
Then Jackie felt like doing a favor.
So that this guy
There's
felt like
nothing
doing a
wrong
favor.
with that. That's absolutely appropriate. If you want to take calls from him, that's fine.
Fine.
That's fine. You can take all the calls you want. You can have a social relationship. You can go over his house and have dinner. That's fine if you become friends with this guy.
Obviously is not
You
fine.
cannot call him up and say, I need a room, and then get a 20% discount and have
Did not
doors
ask
open for
we
you.
Did not ask for
He
it.
is doing
As a
it
matter
because of
fact-
me.
As a matter of fact, Jackie said, "Listen, I am not looking for any kind of freebie or any kind of discount." He
Oh,
just
he said, but he accepted one, didn't he?
What?
He accepted a freebie, didn't he?
Money.
He accepted the 20%
Oh,
off.
okay.
yes.
All right. Okay, very good.
So
Thank
what
you.
If, so what if this guy?
Thank you.
said-
I got to go now. I got to go. I got to
you
go
just-
do business.
You're just so full of it, Howard. Just
Right.
for the record.
I know I'm
Just for
full
the
of it.
record.
And you know what? I
You know what?
I only wish you were my
I'm gonna hang up on you
manager.
before you hang up on me.
Your
You're so full
business
of it.
is so clear in your head. You're such a clear businesswoman.
I am a clear businesswoman, Howard.
That's good. You were running Jackie's career great until you met me.
And,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Goodbye. That's all.
Thank you.
That's all. You don't know how to handle her at all.
Oh, you do.
I sure did.
You-
I shut her right up.
You sure did. Fred's not even agreeing with you on that one.
I don't care what Fred agrees with.
Not on that one.
I could care less what Fred agrees with.
Okay.
I got my own situation.
Just for the record.
Good. Laugh at
I
that.
apologize. It won't happen
Good.
again.
Thank you. That's all I care
I
about.
wasn't thinking.
All right,
It
good.
was the holidays. You know how I get. I was loaded.
I know. That's all I want to know. That's it. I just want to make sure I'm understood on this.
Just like to thank David Ross and the Cardozo Hotel.
Sick bastard.
Ah, shut up, Fred.
Self-made.
You're laughing way too hard out of nervousness.
Right on A1A.
Right.
Hard of it.
Get your plug in. Get your plug in. Get it in.
Just trying to annoy you. I
Yeah.
guess I do it pretty well.
Yeah, you sure do.
I apologize, boss. I really do.
All right.
My New Year's resolution: never again.
Oh, man. He's insane. He is insane, and that wife
He's a wildebeest.
is a wonderful woman.
That's very nice of you to say.
Yeah, her I like. She's got jugs at least. You I got to look at. She's lucky she's good looking.
Without those breasts.
Yeah,
shut.
imagine that voice without those breasts.
She's a lovely girl.
Oh, I'd love to nail her shut.
You have no idea how good she is.
Yeah, I bet. With a mouth like that, she better be good.
Foolish.
Because I tell you, she would have been in a garbage pail a long time ago.
Wow.
She better be good.
Please.
You better tell her to do something to you every day
She does.
with that mouthpiece.
Oh, man.
Everywhere.
Good. I bet you she did it good in Florida at the Cardozo Hotel for 20% off.
South Miami Beach, A1A.
What's the address?
Am I out of line, Robin?
Not at all.
Okay.
Jeez.
We've made a point
that
of
strange? You
saying
agree with
Not
that
one person on the
nobody
show
is
does
supposed
this.
to take favors from the show.
Hasn't dawned on him or his wife that nobody does
I
this
didn't
except
take
him.
a favor. I asked a favor.
Nobody does it but him. Nobody. And wonder why? Oh, because we lack in social grace.
Oh, that's right. We're too
Well,
stupid.
I need
Yeah, we're too stupid.
I need to argue about something.
We're too stupid to take advantage of the saps that are general managers out there.
Can I just say something?
Haven't you said enough?
You guys at the Orlando station, forget that Disney World thing.
Did you actually call them? No. All right. Retard.
Forget the trailer.
What?
Another hour, didn't you?
And forget the trailer too.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something going on that I don't know
I
about.
got a free trailer.
Yeah.
He's been to Orlando a lot.
Really, Jackie, use your head. Come on, pal. Use your head.
This is the first time he decided to go to Miami. We have a station there.
Yeah.
Calling all affiliates.
Yeah. You think we get an affiliate in Hawaii? Yeah. And the wife goes right. She's as clueless as him.
Please.
You and incensed that I would even bring it up.
Well, I'm also surprised that she went along with Jackie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually the other way around.
Blindly, you know?
Yeah.
You know, Robin following somebody blindly.
Well, when you get something for free with those two.
Jackie, if you only knew me.
Hey, he calls us for favors. Well, that's his business.
I will remember.
I'm not doing the opposite.
Go ahead and tell Jackie where you got the information.
No, I'm not going to tell him.
I'm following along blindly.
All right. All right, let's take a break, and hopefully this ugly episode is behind us.
I told her I was in Miami.
All right.
Just do the show.
Just
Hello, Metrex. What a case of those bras.
Vanilla.
Hey, what's the name of the general manager in Philadelphia? I'll need a name and number on every general
A
manager.
hotel, and I want some Philly cheesesteaks.
I'll need my ass kissed. I work on the show. I'm tired.
And I
very
work hard.
And I work hard. And I work
my
hard.
call.
And I work hard.
Answer my call.
And I work hard. That's the funniest line you have. I want that line taken out, so we can play it.
I work very hard.
I work on the show and I work hard.
We'll have a cart for that.
He works hard. Welcome to the real world.
Too good.
I don't work that hard.
He's funny.
He kept saying it like it was a given.
I know, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
work hard.
I work hard. I deserve things. Hey, yeah, a lot of us work hard.
There you go.
There you go. And speaking of Jackie, who has monopolized the show, I said if only we could follow him around and be invisible, we would have so much more material for the show.
That's true.
I love when his wife starts explaining business to me. That's what I love. On so many levels, I love that.
In fact, you didn't know that business has to do with your social relationship.
Oh.
It's the relationship you have with people that makes your business.
Is that how they became so successful? I don't know why you waste time with comedy. You guys should be giving out business videotapes like that Tony Robbins.
Or one of those other infomercial guys.
Now, that'd be funny.
Now, here's my wife. Yeah, that would be. I'd buy that tape. She's going to explain how to make business relationships. Yeah, you have to get along with people. Social skills.
He works on the show. Just lay off.
Yeah. Is that what you said? He works on the show. Oh.
Just stating the obvious.
Not beat that logic.
I can't wait till Jackie gets his divorce to hear that voice screaming at him in the divorce court.
Yeah, oh boy,
Boy.
I'll be right there.
Some judge is going to pay attention to that.
That is going to be a great show.
Another video that'll sell.
Yeah. You're
Great
videotaping all the wrong things. He's dragging that equipment around to these
Turn
clubs.
that camera around.
Yeah, you got I Love Lucy at home. Anyway, congratulations on all your success, Jackie, and your tapes and how hard you work. I work hard.
Did I really say that?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
You sure did.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Work way too hard.
Say that one.
Yeah. Gets off at 10 o'clock, goes home. Works hard. Works hard keeping that marriage together. That's what you ought to get free stuff
I'm
for.
sure all the guys out there hauling snow go, yeah, Jackie, you do.
Yeah, Jackie, right on. The working man. Hero of the working class.
Some days 11 o'clock. All right. I apologize again.
All right. It's all done.
To you, not to Robin.
What?
You don't have to apologize.
You apologize to me, not to Robin?
Not to Robin.
All right. All right. Good
Serious.
enough.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bring the show down. I just wanted to apologize to her.
Couldn't get it fast enough. Make it
She was
fast.
very upset. Thank you.
It's all right.
An apology a week.